Yeah, that's funny how it is. Just nothing in about a quarter of the net and then it starts picking up a bit.
Yeah, we can get a tub and a half would be really nice.
Yeah.
And in the next net, they discover legendary Lake Winnipeg spawners. These giant walleye are prized by anglers.
Okay, partner, okay. There you go.
Recent changes to net size rules means more of these breeding age spawners are turning up in Richard's nets.
Yeah, the big ones are usually let go. See if he goes.
Putting the spawners back so they can breed is an investment in the future of the fishery.
He'll make it?
Yeah, he's not popping up.
Today, Mike and Richard are rewarded with 3 tubs of fish from 4 of their nets.
We're satisfied with that. It'll probably be a little bit more next time. That's what we think. You know, once it starts warming up and they start running more.
But they will have to be careful in these final days of fishing. Exceeding their quota could land them in big trouble with local conservation officers.
They usually give you a fine of $450, and if you do it again, the fine probably doubles. You do it again, you can get kicked off the lake. But sometimes it's just a clerical error. But no, not with them. Like, they don't make mistakes.
You don't want to leave too many nets in, because then conservation could come out and be like, well, you don't only got so much quota, why you have so many nets in, and we have to worry about it too. You don't want to make a mistake, and getting stricter all the time.
In the days ahead, netting exactly the right amount of fish to meet their quota will be critical.
No, we're not that far. I know, I can see it. Unhook it and get a strap on it and pull it with the strap.
Trevor's burnt-out bomber is mired in a meter-deep snowdrift. The Christiansen crew attempts to shovel out an escape route.
I noticed as I dug down with my side-by-side tracks, I mean, there's 3 feet of snow. Like, it's no joke. It's very tough traveling anywhere.
They move Chris's bomber to where there's better traction, attach a towing strap, and hope for the best.
Strap's pulled out a lot. Probably is Grandpa's war strap. Okay. It's at the point in winter now where it is such a big loss that I don't have much else to do but leave it until I have some more money to do something with it, because I'm just out. You know, I'm out that piece of equipment. So, yeah, it's just going to sit for now.
Robert Christiansen has met the crew on shore to check in on his family.
It's a hard thing for a man who's 32 years old to take a hit like that. You can get kicked in the balls, but this is the big kick. And to pull your socks up and do it again.
Devin, steer this way.
That way?
No, boys. Whoa. At this point in the season, I'm just survival mode, you know? Just get through the next 3 weeks, whatever we have left.
Now, they'll attempt to load the bomber on the trailer, sled and all.
Ooh, she's jammed now.
It's the ski.
Good.
Oh, I think he can keep
going,
coming,
you can make her. A little bit more. Whoa. Good. Here we are. I didn't sleep much last night and last couple of days just thinking about what to do and just make sure that everybody's good on the inside, not just on the outside. Yeah, you say, you know, it burnt and nobody got hurt, but it's the scars that you don't see, you know, that really burn in for a long time. Today's a day that's going to take a while to play out.
Deep snowbanks.
Yeah, every frickin' hole. We need spring.
In Gimli, it's a minus 27 degrees Celsius day in mid-March. This never-ending winter is starting to wear on the Pishkis.
We needed to warm up. You know, it's March. It should be nice warm weather and melting, but it's not. It's bitter cold at night yet, and the fish usually tend to come on when it is melting. It's rough on the machinery and on us, and I'm just getting ready for it to be over.
Hoping they pick up a little bit, eh?
And we can finish and get off of this godforsaken ice cube.
The last few weeks have been tough on Jean and Candace, with fewer fish than usual for this time of year. They need spring numbers if they're to make quota by the end of the month.
Seems like they turned the taps off here, didn't they?
Yeah. This ain't gonna take long. Damn, pretty disappointing.
Yeah.
With each net coming up short, the Pishkis are struggling to remain optimistic.
Wow. This is like a waste of time, actually, eh? Not making no money. Not making no money, dear. No, I thought we'd have, 50, 60 pounds per net here and getting 10 10 to 15 pounds.
I hope it doesn't keep dropping off because it's going to be hard to maybe finish off the season. Setting it is. Setting it is.
I don't want to set right now.
No.
This isn't a conversation the Pishkis thought they'd be having this late in the season. Setting new nets to try and hit their quota is a huge gamble.
March 31st, that's it for us. We can't be on the lake no more with gill nets.
It's a delicate balance. Too few fish means leaving money on the table.
We're going to be in trouble. If I can lift a tub like this with fish in it, I was expecting a little bit more.
The Pishkis have barely filled a few tubs, not even enough to cover their expenses for the day. After a long, tough winter, this isn't the ending they were hoping for.
That's it.
That's it. All right, short and sweet.
Not so sweet.
There's only one thing the Pishkis know for sure. The deadline is fast approaching, and setting new nets could make or break their entire season.
This week wasn't the greatest of weeks. I'm going to put that behind us as of right now and look towards next week and then make a decision what we're going to have to do.
Beautiful right now. She's sure has changed. It'll be probably about +4, +5 today. I doubt if we'll even have to drill the holes.
5 days later, on Moonlight Bay, Richard and Mike are calling it a season, pulling the last of their nets out of the water.
Oh, gee.
She ever a slushy,
Oh,
The melting snow can no longer support their weight.
oh, right.
Gee.
No.
Me. Jeez. Christ.
Oh,
Hard to walk.
oh. Gee.
The spring slop is even more extreme, thanks to near record-setting snowfall this winter.
Holy Christ.
Looks heavy. Anyways, so that's hopefully a good sign.
Okay, come on, fish, right off the bat. Whew.
Although it felt as though it might never arrive, it's the final lift of the season. Richard and Mike are happy with their last haul, which lands them very close to quota.
You get 40, 50 pounds, that's all right.
Better than a kick in the ass.
Okay.
With the finish line in sight, all they have to do is return to shore with their catch.
No.
It seems, however, that the fishing gods aren't quite done with the Bjarnasons.
You get stuck?
Oh, gee. Geez, I wish we had that other shovel with us.
Can you get out or?
She has to be dug out. She's hung up all the way through here. You'll have to get her through here. This is where she's a little bit lower. God damn it.
Jesus.
It's another reminder that the fishing season isn't over until you're safely back on shore. Luckily, an angler comes to their rescue.
Alrighty.
Got her. She got power. Oh, excellent. Gee.
They make it home, where family awaits. Richard's wife, Sheila, daughter Rachel, and granddaughter Scarlett are there to greet them.
You got a candy for me. Where's the other candies?
In the end, it's a family affair for this crew. Fishing keeps everyone going, and Richard looks to the future.
I'm 76. I don't know, I might go another 4 years. And I know my dad, he fished till he was 80.
He's not done yet, but he hopes that when he is, Mike and his daughter Rachel might become a team.
That would be good if he could get with Rachel, and I'd pass my 3 licenses on to them. And that way they can make a pretty good go of it.
For Mike, fishing is in his blood and his heart.
My grandfather's fished it. I don't know, what did he fish, about 60 years on this lake? My dad, probably my great-grandfather, he was the first Icelander here from White Rock, so it means everything to us. A lot of pride, and we're fishermen, and I'm proud to be a Gimli fisherman.
This sucks every which way you look at it this day, eh?
Yeah.
Near Gimli, there's a week left in the season, and conditions are getting worse by the hour.
It rained most of the night and warmed up. It's just heavy going right to the end. It's making us work, taking its toll on everybody right to the end this year.
Holy smokes.
Right here, eh?
You just sink.
After coming up short earlier this week, Jean and Candace considered setting more nets, but ultimately decided not to risk it. Whatever's in these nets today will be their final catch of the season.
I'm happy it's over. It's been a brutal winter. This has been a really crazy year. Like usually we know for sure if we're going to finish or not. And today, it's the big determining factor. It's surprising. I thought there would be more than this.
Yeah, not that great.
It's not. Did we pull too soon?
But the fishing seems to have dropped off.
Oh, well, it is what it is.
We're a bit short. That's okay, too. I don't care.
Well, it's better to be a little bit short than over.
Catching over their limit could mean paying a hefty fine. After the long, harsh winter, the Pishkis are ready to settle for a little less than they'd hoped for.
It's challenging because it's just the two of us. We don't have a great big crew, so we can't go in and, plug in a whole pile of nets and then get them out right away. So we really have to be strategic in our planning and with the numbers and just really rely on each other.
As a two-person crew, the amount of quota they are able to take on each year is limited.
The bigger crews catch, it's totally impressive, but there's a trade-off with that. You're dependent on hired guys showing up. You're dependent on making sure there's fish. You're one season away from no income. At times, I wouldn't mind having some extra help, but I think we can get that with our son.
Jean and Candace's son Alec is slowly taking on a bigger role on the Pishki fishing crew.
He steps up when he has to step up, and I was proud of them when they went out without me that day. I had a hard time moving around, and they did what they had to do. That takes the pressure off of me.
There we go. There, that's better.
Yeah, that's what we want.
This last net produces abundant catch, a great way to end their season.
You always wait for this day to come, and then when it comes, it's kind of a sad day.
Yeah,
A happy day, but a sad day.
Once again, the lake has provided the Pishki family with a good living this year, but it's nothing they ever take for granted.
Everything has a cycle, and is that fish cycle coming around where we're going to have to lift all day for a tub of fish? You really don't know. That's always eaten at the back of your mind, but for right now, it's been so good. It's such a really healthy lake. The fish is tremendous.
Woohoo! There it is.
Yeah. Wow. The winter that wouldn't end, ended.
Woohoo! Time to go home and stay home. No more lake for us.
It's never foggy. And yesterday it got very mild and started melting quite a bit. So now we're faced with the problem of road restrictions and getting our equipment out of Hecla.
Justin and Mike arrive on a foggy morning in Hecla, late in the season.
Today's now the last day for sure. So we got to get everything out of the water here, and we got to get our equipment on the highway today.
Today is our deadline. Get over that crack in this fog, get back across, and try and get everything out of here.
Today is their final day fishing up north. With spring thaw, there are new weight restrictions on local roads, so the bomber and lifting caboose must travel home to Husavik before midnight. If late, the guys face huge fines for being on the highway with their equipment.
Fines start anywhere from $2,500 and up, so we don't need that on the last days of fishing.
This ends their season early, but they can't keep going without the bomber and lifter. Now they just need to power through the final day of fishing.
How long does he give her through here?
I'll go right here.
Yeah.
Balls to the wall.
Yeah.
I wonder what it's going to be like in 4 hours.
If we move our ass before it gets sunny, then maybe it'll be okay.
They cross the crack with ease. Now they have 7 nets to pull out before they can head back to shore.
We got to cross back about 4 hours from now. If it's sunny, we won't be crossing there. Everything's got to be on a deadline now.
The whole year.
My whole life, everything's a deadline. Rushing for road restrictions.